Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great day today. I know it was a little slow again after lunch, but pretty good morning, pretty good action. Besides the technical difficulties we had, in chat for a little bit, everything ran pretty smooth. So, all in all, a good day. I'm gonna just quickly recap the two trades I took today. Um, Solid start to a solid week after a marginal week last week. This is just what I needed to kind of get myself back in order. Plus, I kind of documented the mistakes I was making, and how I was too short biased and I was missing a lot of my long trades, and just had to go back and get refocused. And I think 2 days in a row is not proof to me. I have to do it over the course of a week or 2 weeks, but I feel that I'm on the right track. So happy about that. Now, my first trade this morning was MJN, and I show you, pre-market. This is what we were looking at. I mean, it had a nice run up pre-market, and yeah, you had all these levels, but there's like $1 in between each one. And you know me, I'm not looking for. Well, this was like $2. Well, no, this was a little over $1, but I'm not looking for home runs. I'm looking for them. I'm looking for base hits. And every now and then a base hit will turn into a double or a triple. Sometimes I'll get that in the park home run, but I'm looking to bank, to book profits, and to make my goals every day. I'm not looking to be greedy and get this one big hit and then give money back for 5 or 6 days and then take another big hit. That's no way to trade. So that's why I do things the way that I do. And I was looking at this. Um, when I started watching this, I thought it was going to kind of stay in this channel until it opened, but it ran up and it, you know, touched this resistance up here. And when it opened, it opened lower gap down a little bit, right at this level, and kind of faded off into this channel. So my plan was going into the open was to short it at the break of this channel. So I really could have gotten in here. I had every conviction to go ahead and get short because, this is an opening trade. And if it's setting up to move in one direction, it's going to move in that direction relatively strong. And usually this first level doesn't offer much of you know, much of a resistance, even though it held as resistance pre-market. Support pre-market. It's not going to hold as support. It's not going to be as strong in the first 10-15 minutes because this thing is pretty volatile. But again, I'm conservative, more conservative. I've got to have still have to have training wheels on. So I took the trade under VWAP, and I was looking for taking it here. And my risk was going to be the VWAP in this level here at 82.30. Got in at 82. So I was about 20 cents away from where I should have gotten in or should have taken that chance. And really, actually more than that, because I really should have been in the 60s. Right when it broke this, well, 50s, right when it made this, broke the opening range low of the first 5-minute candle, I could have jumped in there. But, all in all, I'm not going to complain. Had a real good trade. I managed it well. Got in here right under the VWAP. Took profit here at 50. Took my next profit according to my plan was, right here at 81.15. Now I kind of jumped the gun here because of how it was trading, and I got kind of shaky and said, well, I need to go ahead and lock in 50 cents. So half of my cover for half of what I was going to cover here, I took here. I took half here and then took the rest here. And it kind of averaged out, I think into the 20s is what it averaged to. But, I was okay with it. And, I left the rest on to, see what it was going to do. I kind of wanted it to get here, but it started slowing down and it started acting like it was going to defend and reclaim this 81.15. So I went ahead and covered here at 84. And I started immediately looking to go long, over 81.15 if it reclaimed that level. So I started looking at the 2-minute chart, and this was the candle it was on right here. It already printed green, closed up here. It opened above the 9, and it came down and it tested this level. And I went ahead and got got long. And I was looking for the move up the VWAP. And I got a quick move up the VWAP. I was actually looking for this thing to give me this type of move from this level. This type of smooth move all the way back up to here. But I didn't. I got that quick pop. So I went ahead and took profit and just hit the reset button because I was trying to log back in the chat at this time and just trying to get some things logged back on. So I went ahead and took it all off. Normally I would leave a little bit on to see what it did, if it reclaimed it and ran. I was actually looking to get back in, and I had announced it in chat. That's what I was looking for it to come back and test this level so that I can get an entry. And I kind of froze. I could have gotten in, down here. There was, it came down close enough. I could have got in the 30s and had 15 as my stop. 15 cents, 20 cents. That's not a big deal as far as a stop. But hey, I was only in 800 shares, so that was well within my stop. But just totally missed it and didn't chase it. Really could have taken it off the VWAP. Could have taken another trade off of this level up to here because here's $1. 800 shares times $1 is $800. So, just still missed some opportunities, but real happy with what I did get. Anytime I make profit, anytime I blow my daily goal out the water on my first trade, I'm going to have a good day. So that was the trade on MGN. Now ENDP was a try at a bottom reversal. And I had somebody request that I show how I found my levels on ENDP. So what I'm going to do, it was trading around 35, 36. So what I did was I went ahead, this was the closest one. So I went ahead and marked this area. And the low of this candle was 39.64. And, these kind of lined up with it. And so I just moved to the left from there, looking to see if I had any more price action in the areas that I was trading in. So, we got here. I'm not going higher. I'm only looking lower. And let's see. We've got 36.19 here, 36.17 here. So I just marked this level at 36.19, I think, or 36.17. It didn't really matter because it was pretty much, the same. And here's another one right here that lined up. This one was 36.21. All of these were within a couple cents of each other. So that was a strong, level for me. Here's another one here that was at 35.87, that I was looking at. So I marked it. Here's another one here. that I looked at, 35, 31 was the high on this one, 35.19. So 35.01, 35.21 was, where I marked this. And it slid on back over. So I was looking to see, where there would be price action in between here. Oh, I missed this right here. Go ahead and mark this one. 38.32 is the high of that candle. Here's some more action down here. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for, some people call these pivot points, but this is just areas of where the stock turned around, where it came down, found some support, and turned around, or it went up, found some resistance, and turned around and came back. So I felt pretty confident about these levels. And this is a bottom reversal. So what I'm looking at is, hey, this has to be quick. So I'm trying to get these levels, and I'm trying to get, knock them out quick. And I'm saying I like this candle here. So I come back, and this candle is actually printing. And as it comes back up, I like what I'm seeing, because whenever you see a tail like this, I'm thinking, okay, these are guys who have their stop losses here and at this level. So that's what this tail is taking out. And usually when it does that, it's getting ready to turn around and run the other way. It just took stop losses out. So when this candle printed, I felt very confident getting in this trade. But again, I was getting in off this level here, 36.19. And I don't know why I'm thinking I might have had 36.17. But that was a candle right next to it. So whichever one it caught, it didn't matter. It was pretty much the same price. But I got in. I didn't get in until 36.30. So I was late by about 10, 15 cents again, because I'm trying to get as close to this level as possible. And, I got a nice push up, over this level here. Now, I wasn't so much concerned about this level as I was this level. And, when it washed through that, I knew that, this was going to be a pretty decent setup. Plus, you see the ascending volume. And then I've got the RSI down here at 6. I mean, this was an ideal bottom reversal setup. Everything was in place. This is just a classic fail. This is what happens sometimes. When you have the most perfect setup, all the stars are in alignment, everything is laid out, but it fails. And all you can do is, hopefully you were able to take profit, at your 2-to-1 mark, or at another level that you were looking at taking profit at. Because this was about 50, 60 cents, in between these two levels. And, when I got in and I got the pop up, as it started to come back, I went ahead and clicked it and took some, because I didn't know if this thing was going to go lower or not. And sure enough, this thing did. And I had my stop. Once I take profit, my stop automatically goes to break even. That's just, I know it sometimes it's limiting, but I have to protect my profits. This is my livelihood. And if I make some decent money on a move, I need to lock it in. There's always going to be more opportunities to make more moves or make more money. There's always going to be more setups. So you lock in what you got. It's, when you grow on your account. And I think even when I'm trading with a larger account, I'm going to keep that same mentality. I have to lock in. That's just the way I'm wired. So, thankfully I did lock in half up here. And when it came down, I think I had a 200 shares, you know, sell just below, I think at 30, 35.98 or something like that. But my average was still close to 36. So, 36.30. So, no, it was 36.20, 36.28 or something when I got out. But it was only I had 200 shares that were 2 cents below what my break even point was. So, that wasn't bad. I can live with that. But after I got out, this thing tanked. And yeah, this was a good short trade and it was looking real short. And I had an opportunity to take it when it failed this level for a push down, but I didn't. I let fear get in the way. I was happy and satisfied with my, profit for the day. So I just sat here and watched this thing, you know, pick up what, 2, 3 points. Just, sometimes it just makes you sick. But, at the end of the day, it's all about booking profits. It's all about closing the day green. And, there's always the next day. So those were my 2 trades today. And like I said, this week has been on fire. Now this is just a guesstimate based on what I see, in my account right now. But at night that always adjusts. So I'll change. This will be different probably tomorrow or the next day whenever I do a video. Well, probably won't be tomorrow because I do the Warrior Pro class tomorrow, so I'll recap my trades in there. So it'll probably be the next day, be Thursday, and this number will change. So I'm telling you ahead of time. It could go up a little bit or it could go down a little bit. My fees always change a little bit when it updates at midnight or whatever. But yesterday was super day. 2,700 bucks today. 1946, almost got 2 grand. I could quit for the week and be done. I mean, that's just how happy I am with the way this week has started. I mean, and you can see this, I've already got this week beat. I already got the first 2 weeks of, March. Already got them beat. So just want to keep it up, keep my head on my shoulders, trade smart, and, not get too big for my britches. And that's what it's all about. Just trading within yourself and knowing what your limitations are and, sticking to those. So I hope everybody have a great evening, a great night, and I'll see everybody back tomorrow, bright and early in chat.